Well, I guess you got to do it. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Larry, and thanks for everyone that is here, but most especially for these families that are here. And let me explain, I think a lot of people know what happened in my career in 2003. They know the decision that I made in 2003. And the bottom line, the reason why I, as a battalion commander, made that decision, because before we deployed, I made a commitment and I made a promise to each and every one of those family members of those soldiers that deployed in my battalion that I would do everything in my will, everything in my power to make sure that the individuals that left them would come back to them safe and secure. See, I can rest peacefully at night because I know that there are no parents from the 2nd Battalion, 20th Field Artillery that can look at me and say that I did not do everything to keep their family members safe. And I apologize, I am sorry for the loss of life that you have had to endure. But I thank you for the sacrifice that you have made, and we will continue to fight on your behalf. You know, Mr. Strange brought up an incredible point when he stood there before the Commander-in-Chief. If we had people that understood what it meant to get off of in a combat zone, in a raid, I think the decisions you would see happening and the actions would be different. If we had people that had ever been in an aircraft and hooked up and jumped out into the darkness, not knowing what would be waiting for them, that they would be making different decisions for our men and women. I can tell you, having been an artillery officer, you don't send anyone into a combat assault on an aircraft without first preparing that landing zone, by first suppressing any type of air defense that could be around it. I had also the privilege of sitting in on that classified briefing. That operation had been going on for 3.5 hours. To launch a Chinook helicopter into the night to go into an operation, a hot zone, that was something that was absolutely violates every single principle of employment and tactics for the United States military. Why that was done, I have no idea. I have been on many air operations, and I can tell you this. Even if a member of Congress is getting on an aircraft going down to Guantanamo Bay, if they change that member of Congress out, they go back and they update the manifest. Why were 7 individuals changed on the manifest of a combat assault mission and not updated? We need to find out about that. And the rules of engagement. Those of us who have ever been in a firefight know that within 2 to 3 seconds, someone starts to lose their life. And for us to tell our men and women in combat that they cannot fire upon the people who are firing upon them, that is unconscionable. But I want to leave you with this simple point that I want you all to think about, and I hope the media will take these words and send it out to everyone. In this last election cycle, we had a president and a vice president. We had a candidate for president and vice president who had never served in the United States military. It was the first time in 77 years that that had happened. Now, I will guarantee you, if we could once again have men and women who know what it's like to be on the receiving end of an AK-47, an RPG, or a PKM, then they would make better decisions. And perhaps our nation would not have more mothers and fathers that are sitting here as you are today. God bless you and thank you.